Adam, man. Yes, sir. How's it going, Mr. Fearon?
How you doing, brother? You good, Mike?
I am doing better than expected, man. Going through this quarantine. I see you got the beard too, just like me. No haircut, no
Bro.
barbershop, huh?
I've always had it, brother.
Yeah, I know. But man, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Do you think people in the UK, since this George Floyd thing is going on, like what are some of you guys' struggles over in the UK as far as being men of color over there?
It's like it anyway. I don't think it's nowhere near as bad as uh, it is in America, but it's still apparent um, over in the UK. But like I said, it's not as bad. Um, what was it? What was the song by Kanye West when he goes, "Racism is still alive, but they be concealing it." They know how to conceal these things, and when you speak about it as a person of color, then you're seen as a person with a chip on their shoulder. So it is what it is. I mean, it is it's hard sometimes, but because it's hard doesn't mean you still can't persevere. And the major thing or the key thing as far as I'm concerned is perseverance. I mean, nothing else. Perseverance is key. So I know that we end up going through stuff as people of color, um, but it's no good kind of trying to tell it to certain European people. And the reason why I'm saying certain European people, because certain people know the bullshit that actually goes on, right? But they don't want to speak out against it, because if they speak out against it, they don't want to be the one to rock the boat. Or you'll get people who are who are just blind to it. You know what I mean? They're anonymous to the nonsense that goes on to other people on the planet who have a different skin tone to them. So unfortunately, these are the things that happens in life. But what I've noticed in America is it's really bad. And it is really bad because on the times where I've traveled to America, it's like the integration between black and white isn't a regular thing. In the UK, it's a regular thing. Yeah, I got loads of white friends. They could call me their brother and vice versa. You know what I mean? The a couple of white guys who are my brother, my bona fides, being godfather to my children, and me vice versa to their children. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? So it's like it's way different in the UK. But the major thing is this: you can talk about the dirty cops in America or all the rest of it. What you have to do is try and take down institutions, because people are institutionally racist, right? There was a report. There was a guy, a young man, Stephen Lawrence, who was murdered in the early 90s. I think it was 92. He got murdered. 92 or 93 got murdered. Um, and when Stephen Lawrence got murdered, um, by six white guys. Black guy got murdered, uh, and their parents, they weren't mucking around. Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence, they fought hammer, nail, and tooth to preserve their son's memory and to take these people to justice and to get justice for the murder of their son. And it was a big, massive campaign, and eventually they won. Eventually, but what happened was there was a report in the mid 90s called the McPherson Report. And the report came back saying that the Metropolitan Police of the UK, of Great Britain, were institutionally racist. So these are the things that we're up against. But you know how it goes. If you're a black person, you speak about these things straight away. Oh, you're a race baiter. You've seen how many interviews that I have done on IFL and all the rest of these channels. And first thing, oh, Spencer Fearon's a racist. You see the nonsense that I have to go put through? Oh, he's racist, always race baiting. But now, all of these little bitches, they're all quiet now. Because the thing that I have been speaking about for so long is now at the forefront of people. I was the one that complained and said that there should be more black and brown people in senior roles of society, especially when it comes to TV, especially when it comes to boxing, right? I was the one that said, I ain't got nothing against Eddie Hearn. Me and him are actually cool. But I was the one that said Eddie Hearn should have more black and brown people working in his organization, seeing as these two biggest fighters, one in Anthony Joshua and the other one in Dylan White, are pay-per-view stars in the UK, and both of them are millionaires. Wouldn't you think it's just right just to say, okay, I'm gonna hire, maybe a couple black guys like to sprinkle around in the office? No. Oh, and then people say, no, he's got one guy who does the video recording for him, who does the interview. Bro, that's not making decisions inside of boxing. Right. So these are the things that I have tackled for so long. And like, I wear my hoodie with pride of MTK Global, right? I wear it with pride because MTK Global, I run the foundation, but MTK Global is the only company that has every walk of life of all different ethnicities inside their company in power positions to make powerful decisions, right? So that's the only place that within boxing that I've actually seen that. We see in America, Al Heyman gets all the black boxers. Then all the Mexican fighters go with Oscar De La Hoya. Then all the white Americans or the Anglo-Saxon Americans all go Bob Arum. That bullshit's got to stop, man.
I agree. Right.
So the thing about it is this: I will speak my mind. I will speak my mind on these things, and all of a sudden, he's a troublemaker. He's a rebel rouser. No. Because I can tell you again, there's no racist body in my body, but I will openly speak out against injustice. And what this has happened now, off of George Floyd. What's happened now is loads of black people who work in boxing, who work in media, who work in entertainment, all of a sudden now, because Europeans are talking about it and saying how bad it is, now they feel that they can speak about it. So they got their valid. They see what I'm trying to say? Because there's too many punk-ass, weak black people out there.
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
And the thing about it is this: truth, you're rolling with truth, you will get rewarded for it. So it doesn't matter how people want to try to stop you, how they want to try to block you, how and you got to remember that your haters are committed. How many people want to speak things of untruths or negatives about you or all the rest of it? Yeah, I mean, I have been branded racist for so long in the UK, and now the senior people in senior positions now are turning around and saying, "Oh, I wish you was around us now, Spencer, so you could advise us." Why should I be advising you now? Have you listened to anything I've been saying for the last decade?
Hey, man. I got two more questions on this topic right here. What was your emotions or reaction when you seen the video?
I'm gonna be 100 with you, yeah. Because I'm seeing this thing so regularly, it's like I become immune to it.
Numb to it.
Right? I'm just being real. It's like someone just injected my whole body with Novocaine and I can't feel I can't feel it. But when I've had females phone me up crying, this in the UK, females phone me up crying. I'm not talking black females, I'm saying white females who are my friends. Like one of my really good friends, his wife was on the phone saying, "I'm just terribly sorry." And I'm trying to say to you, why are you terribly sorry? You didn't do nothing. But she said, "Oh, well, I wouldn't want you to paint us with that brush." I'm saying, don't be silly. I don't think people understand. When we are saying that we are against institutionalized racism, the institutionalized racism is an evil. So it's not black against white. It's good versus evil.
Yes.
Right? So don't turn around and say there ain't no cool white folks on the planet, because there's loads of them. I know loads of them. Period. Right? I'm just being honest. But I'm also got to know that people's silence is deafening. So what's happened now, at this time, I think because it's been on a time where everyone's been on lockdown, everyone's looking for certain forms of entertainment or information. The fact that on a daily use, you got 500 million people that use Instagram, right? the hashtag Blackout Tuesday of yesterday got 29.5 million people watching. That is over 15% of the users on Instagram all put up the black post of Black Lives Matter. I don't particularly care when people say, "Oh, but it's George Soros, he owns it," and I don't care about that. I'm saying it is needed to be brought to the forefront of the attention of the masses, and that is what he has done. But we are not just angry over what happened to George Floyd. We're upset what happened to so many people who have been killed by police brutality or by white supremacists.
Do you think that athletes or what do you think the role of athletes should be in a time like this? Because I gotta admit, I was pleasantly surprised when AJ made that post that he made on his story, coming out and speaking up for the injustices of people of color. And I know that AJ has Hugo Boss, he has JD Sports, he probably got a lot of other endorsements that, let's be honest.
Under Armour, he's got loads. No. But like I said to you again, and this is no plot on AJ, because like AJ is very, very cultured, especially he's very, very cultured on African culture. When we have conversations, when it's just me and him down the phone, they're very, very deep, right? He's very Afrocentric, right? But Anthony Joshua is also a business, right? Now, when you're saying you're pleasantly surprised, that didn't surprise me, because like I said to you, Eddie Hearn spoke about it. Eddie Hearn went on about it and spoke about it, right? So sometimes it's like, but Eddie Hearn spoke about it after Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua posted way before, but Anthony Joshua's he's been pulled to one side, and people have word in his ear before, because he has posted certain things in the past, like Free Palestine. He's posted about Louis Farrakhan, was good to listen to different perspectives of people, on which I know that he lost 500,000 people off of his social media when he posted that, right?
Wow.
So on certain times, he said, "Well, I'm just gonna play it safe." You know, they in the UK they had something for the Commonwealth, which the Commonwealth was owned by the British Empire, because when they went around the whole world colonizing it, and Anthony Joshua was one of the people who was addressing the Queen to speak to the Queen, and we're saying, right, is this progression or is it recession? And Anthony Joshua got stick, but I understand what he's trying to do. He's selling the brand of Anthony Joshua. But so for Anthony Joshua, in of where he is, or the things that he has done in his career right now, or where he is at, everybody's on it right now. So you'd be a damn fool to not say anything. What is it like? What did Martin Luther King say? We will not be, in the end, we will not be surprised by what our oppressor has done to us, but the silence of our friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we have to look and say, like, well, he hasn't been silent, but on something like this, which was so pivotal, he couldn't be silent. But there have been big networks, which I'm not going to call their names, who have been silent on this, who have not said one thing about this, right? But what it is this is like, that's sad, but it's no surprise to me. But on something like this that is being pivoted around the whole world, you've got people in Syria. London, there was a march. There was a march a couple of days ago in London, right? You go around Japan, Brazil. So you go through all of these countries, Pakistan, all these countries being out, and like, you know, and of that time now you're saying, wow, everybody, let's get on. You don't, and I don't care. Like, you're gonna get certain people who are being genuine on this thing, and then you're gonna get certain disingenuous people who be on it because it's fashionable. Now, I don't even care if you're on it because it's fashionable. But what I do want to see is that I want to see change evoked.
You and me both, man. You and me both. Let's go ahead and get into some boxing, man. When the last time you spoke to Dylan White, and how
I spoke to Dylan 2 days ago.
how's the spirit? You know what I'm saying? Is he ready for that?
He's good. He's good. He's in training. He's been in training for a hot minute because he went
Yeah, he's
out
been
to
training for a while.
Portugal when the lockdown came out. So he went off to Portugal, was locked down out there, doing his training, doing his bits and bobs. So Dylan's in good. He's in good spirits, bro.
Now, do you think Dylan White the fight with Povetkin? How I favor Dylan White in that fight. I don't like Povetkin. Really wasn't that impressive because I thought he was going to get Michael Hunter up out of it because with his experience.
Michael Hunter beat him, never got the decision.
I don't know about this, Spence. I had it going for Povetkin.
Nah, bro. Michael Hunter beat him, bro.
I don't know.
Michael Hunter beat him.
But yeah, it's a good fight. Yeah, what kind of threats do you think Povetkin holds? Poses to Dylan White.
The fact that he's very well scored, he's got a good boxing brain, and he's got a very good jab right hand, and he arcs the right hand over as well.
Yes,
so yeah, but I see Dylan White dealing with him.
Stoppage?
Yeah, I would say around about 9 or 10 rounds, Dylan White stoppage.
I would agree with that. How do you feel about Eddie Hearn conducting fights in his backyard?
I don't feel no way. I've been to Eddie Hearn's house quite a few times, especially like back in the day with his dad, and it's a really big space that they've got. So yeah, put boxing on there. I don't care. I just want to see boxing back, so I'm good for that.
Do you think that that they will have the infrastructure in place to make sure that everything goes accordingly?
Well, I can see like they're getting a bit lax on this lockdown now. It's like it's kind of coming down a bit. So I believe that, I believe that they will have everything in place. It's not something that he just thought of. He's been thinking about this for a hot minute. So I believe that he'll put it together right and get great success from it.
What do you make of Floyd Mayweather training Devin Haney? Well, giving Devin Haney some tips. And if you're Tank Davis, should you feel away?
If I was Deontay Davis?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because I know Floyd's known Devin Haney longer than he's known Deontay Davis.
Yes.
Number one, I mean,
but as your marquee fighter,
no, because you know that Deontay Davis allegedly seeing one of Floyd's ex-girls, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, cool. So therefore, you know, Floyd. There's two short guys, so there's a little short man syndrome going on there. But Floyd saying, right, but I'm Floyd May. Why would you want to go pick up one of my old chicks? So, I'm going to show you what's going on. But not only that, but he's been aligned to Devin Haney for a very, very long time. Him and his father, Bill. So it's one of them ones. Like, come on, I'll show you some things. And of course, it's a sly little dig at Gervonta Davis. But Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather's been going back and forth for a very, very long time. So, and I've heard other stories that I'm not gonna speak over because it's involving other people's families. So I'm not going to speak about that. But I've heard there's been some back and forth and all the rest of it. So, what it is, what it is.
What do you think about Earl Spence coming out and saying, hey, man, I don't need no tune-ups. I don't need no tune-ups. I'm a shark. Throw me into the deep waters, and I want Danny Garcia next. Do you think he's making a mistake coming off that accident?
No, he's not making a mistake at all.
But he also said he said that he cannot spar until like September-ish because he has those posts that he has to get put.
Yeah. And when's he due to fight?
October, November.
If he fights November, it'd be good. If he has to fight in October, it won't be good. But November, it'd be good for that.
How much? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because 8 weeks. 8 weeks, as long as he's putting that pad work, because he's saying he can't spar, as long as he's putting that good pad work, good groundwork, good bag work, seriously, I think that, and also, it's like, Danny Garcia is a nightmare for anybody if you come to fight him. If you go to box Danny Garcia, then he always comes up short. Paulie Malignaggi gave him a hell of a tussle, right? You box him. If you fight him, you're in trouble. We've seen it. I've seen it quite a few times with Danny. Lamont Peterson boxed him, gave him trouble, right? But if you fight Danny, Danny loves it. Lucas Matisse came out second best against him, and that was a big win. If you look in hindsight, that was a big win for Danny, right? So you go fight Danny Garcia, you're in trouble. Amir Khan tried to stand and trade with him, and he came out second best because he got caught with that left hook. But when you box him, yeah, trust me.
Do you believe, because Bob Arum came out and said that the Pacquiao and Crawford fight could possibly, you know what I'm saying, be a real possibility over in Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah, Bahrain. I don't know where.
Right, and the reason why that is because of Daniel Kinahan, who was the former CEO of MGM.
Was or is he still?
Pardon me?
Was or is he? Because I did.
He was. How you gonna tell me? I run the foundation.
I know, but for a
you're
guy,
hearing all these stories. I know you're hearing all these stories.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about it.
The lady that bought the company was Sandra Vaughan, who, and I'm very close to her and her husband. They are really good people. But there's this new company formed with the Prince of Bahrain and Daniel Kinahan. And when I'm saying like Daniel Kinahan, forget about all the sensationalism that you hear about the guy. The guy's my brother. I love that guy. He's a very, very good human being. Roy Jones said some very complimentary words about him. And I'm trying to tell you, like, he's a person that if he's with you, he's with you. It's not like, all right, then, well, I ain't going to be with you now because you've got nothing to offer. No, if he's with you, he's with you. He backs you 110%. So there's been a lot of going on about this guy and all the rest of it, and I don't get into none of that. Or the person that I know, I'm not going off of other people's perceptions. I'm going by what I feel and the energies that I feel. I've been around that man quite a few times. His family's been around my family. I've got a lot of time a day for that guy. That's the truth.
Absolutely.
Right? And the reason why is because just like you, Mike, I love anyone who loves boxing, and this man is incredibly in love with the same sport that I'm in love with.
And Bob Arum speaks very, very highly of him. And
the next thing, when do you hear Bob Arum speak highly of anybody?
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's very like Bob said bad things about Eddie. He said bad things about Dana White, Al Heyman. So when Bob is like out there giving you praise, he must really, really like you. Or you guys do.
And it's because I'm telling you this now. He's just a genuine human being. I weren't really going to jump on this because you mentioned Bahrain. I'm just telling you why, because I know the whole link up. It's because the Prince of Bahrain, Daniel Kinahan, is now the chief advisor, and he's in partnership with the Prince of Bahrain to bring world-class boxing to. And you have to think of the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. Yeah, that from oil alone, that country makes $111 billion a year. All right, it's a lot of money, right?
That's money, man.
Okay, right. So I'm saying they also understand that the wealth of that economy in the next 45 to 50 years is going to be over and done with, because they're dealing with the oil is going to dry up, right? So they're looking at other things, so thereby where they can turn around and say they're going to earn. So this is a good time.
You brought up Roy Jones Jr. Now we got one of your fellow countrymen who's been down training with Roy Jones Jr. My guy, I love him to death. I love his fight style. Chris Eubank Jr.
Sorry, but my daughters have just come and invaded my room.
Hey. How do you feel about Roy Jones and Chris Eubank Jr. Working together?
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, what do you feel about Chris Eubank Jr. and Roy Jones working together now?
Technically, not good.
Explain.
I'm being 100. Technically, not good, right? But for spiritually and as a respect factor, very, very good, because Chris Eubank Jr. is a natural athlete,
yes,
and so was Roy Jones.
Yes.
So when I'm saying that, do I think Roy can teach him anything? No, but what I think Roy can do is instill something in him. That's what I believe. Because I think technically, and this is me just being 100, if someone said to me as a young fighter, go and work with Bernard Hopkins or go and work with Roy Jones, I know I'll be sending 20 fighters out of 20 fighters, I'll be sending them all to Bernard Hopkins for technical ability. Well, Roy Jones was a freak of nature, could do things that was incredible. You know what I mean? Remember when he fought that guy? Who's the guy that he fought? Luca. And before the fight, he plays basketball. Remember that?
Yeah. He said he played a full game.
He played a full game, then turned up to the arena, got ready, book, go fight, knocked the dude out in 11 rounds or whatever it was. So Roy Jones is a freak. But what I realized, like with someone like Chris Eubank Jr., Chris Eubank Jr. needs somebody who's around that he can respect. And if you think about it, 2000 and what was it? Yeah, 2003. Was it March? Right, 2003 or February, when Roy Jones beat Joe Ruiz. If Roy Jones had retired then,
Greatest of all time,
right, we'd be saying that he's the greatest of all time.
Yes, I totally
okay.
Agree.
All right. So off of that I'm saying, and I see Roy doing little things and showing Eubank Jr. certain things, and I think mentally it's good for Eubank Jr. because Eubank Jr. has to be around people that he respects. Eubank Jr. was trained by Mike McCullough when he came over to America, and he was staying in Vegas, and he was being trained by Mike McCullough, and then he left and he came back to the UK, and certain things he said, maybe it weren't working where it wasn't working. I just think he needs to be around someone that he has to respect, and not just the fight fraternity. The fight fraternity respects Mike McCullough, but the whole world respects Roy Jones.
Yes.
Right. And and because of that, I believe that it's going to be, because Roy Jones, when he's at top of the game, it's hard to say anyone's better than him. It's hard.
Yeah, it's
right.
It's
so therefore, I think that's going to be a good thing for Eubank. And also, Eubank is a kid that sometimes you can't tell him anything, right? I know this firsthand. I've known him since he turned professional. But I think on this, Roy Jones will command the respect for him to listen and implement certain things inside of his boxing curriculum to bring him to the next level.
If you had to do a boxing Mount Rushmore, and Mount Rushmore over here for those who don't know is like the 4 presidents, whatever.
Yeah.
Who would you put on your boxing Mount Rushmore?
My boxing Mount Rushmore. It will change. So what on Mount Rushmore? How many presidents you got? 5, right?
No, just 4. Just 4. Can't have
just
5.
4.
Just 4. Yeah. Tough.
I'm you know what? Just 4. I'm just thinking of Superman when they got changed by Zod. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Remember Zod flew? I'm showing my age now. Yeah. You know what I mean, Superman 2 and Zod with these 2 bad guys. They fly to Mount Rushmore. They change Mount Rushmore. Yeah, you're right. So just 4. So my 4 would be
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah, I'd have to say Ray Robinson. I'll say Ray Robinson. 4. Roberto Duran. Muhammad Ali.
Okay, here we go.
Yep. And the 3rd would be, people are going to be upset with me, Willie Pep.
Willie Pep. Okay, that's a guy who didn't throw a punch in a round and still won, right?
It was alleged. It didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
All right. There's alleged. There's a fight that happened in.
That's a great 1943.
Great story, though. It great story, but it didn't happen.
Now let's get to this really juicy stuff, man. $1 million question: does Deontay Wilder have any chance in the rematch, in your opinion?
With who?
What you mean with who?
Who's he gonna rematch? You mean what? He's gonna rematch Luis Ortiz?
No, Tyson Fury.
He can't fight Tyson Fury.
Come on,
I'm just being real, man. I told all of you before when you was over doing your other bits on
Boxing Voice.
Yeah, Boxing Voice, right? I told you from then that he was gonna get stopped by Tyson Fury, and you guys didn't want to listen to me. You guys thought I was crazy, right? And what happened to him?
Start laughing at you.
Right, exactly. What happened to him? And all you idiots who were on there saying, "Oh yeah, he's just hating. He's just hating on on Deontay Wilder." I'm not hating on Deontay Wilder. I understand Deontay Wilder's struggle. You know what I mean? He's a black man. I've got empathy with him. But I just think that he should have more boxing people around him, and not just believe he's hype.
So you don't believe there's no adjustments that Wilder can go back in the camp and make?
No, no,
None.
none.
So I hate when we do
You
that.
know why? You know why?
Go ahead.
Because if he had a rematch, there's an immediate rematch. If I was Deontay Wilder, you know what I'd do? I'd go away, right? Similar to what Davey Moore did. Do you remember Davey Moore? He gets a bad beating in 1983 by Roberto Duran for the WBA junior middleweight title. Davey Moore won the title very early. So what Davey Moore had to do was leave his trainer that he's with, and I think he linked up with George Benton to learn the fundamentals of boxing, because he was just a round athlete who won a world title really early and was a very, very supremely tonk, fit, strong guy. But he didn't know the fundamentals. So I would say to anyone, go away and learn the fundamentals properly. Deontay Wilder to this day doesn't jab properly, right? Deontay Wilder doesn't snap his jab, right? Deontay Wilder's come very reliant on throwing that right hand. Deontay Wilder throws his shots, and he's looking with his chin up in the air as well, inviting people to throw left hooks at him. I see all the flaws in Deontay Wilder. And when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking to gun Deontay Wilder. I actually like Deontay Wilder, right? But when I'm saying this, I'm saying it, but I see fundamental flaws. And also, it's like, you guys in America don't realize that when you see me, or like, there's a couple times when Deontay Wilder said some good things about me when I was doing my bits on Sky, and then like maybe Deontay Wilder must have thought I'm some Uncle Tom black brother, right? He doesn't have to realize that I'm the realest of the reals, my friend, right? Okay. You know what I mean? I just want you to know I'm way more Marcus Garvey than I'm Martin Luther King. I just want you to realize that.
I love it.
Right? I just want you to realize that bit here, right? So therefore, I want when I'm saying of these things to the critique of Deontay Wilder, is because I want him to do so much more. That is the only reason. I would love to talk to Deontay Wilder. I'd love to, like, I heard him going on his rant recently about Mike Tyson. He gave Mike Tyson he went in on Mike.
That was old, man. That's like years and years old. That's like 2013 or something.
What, when he said that?
Yeah, and somebody just recirculated that video because Mike Tyson came
Seriously?
out. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I mean,
so
I didn't agree with it either, but
this is the thing about it, is this: if he was smart, what Deontay Wilder would do is say, yes, Mike Tyson is a great. Mike Tyson was this. Mike Tyson was all the rest of it, and gave Mike Tyson the homage that is deserved of Mike. Because regardless, whatever you want to say, when Mike was on top, Mike was on top. When Mike was on top, I remember his fight. What was it? February 25th, 1989, when he beats Frank Bruno.
Man,
right?
You got these dates down, Pakistan,
like right? And in the UK, when it was aired over in the UK, and he stopped Frank Bruno, and then people were saying there was a lot of talk about him being like Joe Frazier. And this is Desmond Lynam, who's a respected sports journalist, right? And he was saying, but we have to be real. He's much, much better than that. This is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got robbed in the first round against Frank Bruno as well. Bruno hit with a left hook, right? But believe me, Bruno could bang, really, really bang, right? So when we look at things like that, we're saying to ourselves, you know what? Deontay Wilder should be paying homage to Mike Tyson. Should be glorifying Mike Tyson. And then at the end of the interview, Deontay Wilder should turn around and say, but I have a higher knockout percentage ratio than him. That way you get people thinking. But when you're coming out tarnishing Mike Tyson, regardless of what you want to say, we have not seen a heavyweight cause that much friction in the heavyweight division with that kind of brute force and tenacity of fighting since Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, Mike was.
And Jack Dempsey, when he won the world title, when he beat Jess Willard, he revolutionized the sport in 1990. Because that style of fighting was unbenign to people, seeing people fight that way, or that brute ruggedness of coming in, no mucking around, just throwing shots at you. So we got to turn around and pay homage to great men, and then drop in your little bits. But you know what? By the way, I actually got a higher knockout ratio than him, and then leave it to other people to go mention that shit. But when you're coming out saying that shit, people are just waiting for you to lose.
Yep. So, do you think Fury is the clear-cut best heavyweight in the division?
Yeah, of course he is. Let's just call it as it is. He is.
So if a Fury and Joshua fight happens, you think Fury beats Joshua?
Joshua, no. Let me tell you this. Joshua could beat Tyson Fury. Right? Listen to me. But in order for him to do that, he's gonna have to come talk to me.
Okay. Just leave it at that. Okay. I mean, maybe yes.
But I'm telling you. But you'd have to pick Tyson Fury to beat Anthony Joshua because he is far more supremely better than him technically.
He is?
I like far more superior.
Man, that's good.
You know why? I'm gonna explain to you. You know why, Mike? You know why? Because Tyson Fury is old school. Grew up in the boxing gyms from he was a little kid. That's all he knows.
Okay.
Right? With Anthony Joshua, he's just a supreme athlete, could play any sport and excel in it. If Anthony Joshua was out in America now playing American football, he would excel in that sport.
He can't play basketball, but he plays football probably.
Yeah, he can't really play basketball, but I'm saying, if you put him in any sport, there was like, what do you call it? Like, what do you have in America? You had a thing called superstars, right? Where you get all the athletes that go up against each other.
Oh yeah, you talking about All-Star game or like
yeah, but no, All-Star games is like where all different sports and all different athletes go up against each other in running.
They did that back in the day. Like they don't do that no more.
Okay, right.
I don't know why.
They had one of those, and they had one of these back in 2012, just before the Olympics. And there were some top athletes, and Anthony Joshua won every single event. He won swimming, long jump, 100 meters. He won everything. It was ridiculous.
And Joshua's he is a
okay. The guy's a beast. I'm just letting you know that now. The guy is a beast. So no, I can't see him beating Tyson Fury, but I know how he could beat Tyson Fury. And in this sport, what I realize is that you can never say never. And it's 1 year and 2 days to the date, to this day, that Andy Joshua got beat out by Andy Ruiz. So, you know, the game, like I said to you, you know what I mean? I'm like, the game is the game. I'm going to love the game. I'm going to keep on supporting the game. And it's good people like you just keep on speaking about the game because you're passionate. And you just got to keep on pushing forward and keep on doing stuff like this, and you're going to get your break, my friend.
All right. I got one last question before you go, because I don't know if you got something to do, but what do you think about Eddie Reynoso training Andy Ruiz now? Do you think Eddie can bring something out of Andy that
who Canelo's trainer
or Freddie
Canelo's trainer, right?
Yes, he's Canelo's trainer.
Right. So Reynoso, how old is he?
I don't really know. I think he's maybe in his early 40s, maybe.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Canelo's very good, but Canelo was very good way before he was with Reynoso.
Yeah.
Right. He was built that way. He was a superstar in Mexico before anyone really knew about him, but he was a superstar. But I think maybe mentally, because he's going to be around that and knowing that, and we got to call it as it is, Canelo technically most probably the best fighter in the world.
Come on, especially killing me, man.
Technically.
Terrence Crawford?
Technically. No. Terrence Crawford's, I said, one of the best fighters.
Okay, I thought you said the best fighter in the world. I'm like,
no. I said potentially one of the best.
Okay.
Potentially. Right? So I didn't say prospectively, I said potentially, right? And we can't argue. Look at the things they've done. No, to me, Terrence Crawford's the best fighter in the world because since we've been on lockdown, I've been studying Terrence Crawford, I've been studying Canelo, I've been studying Lomachenko. And as far as I'm concerned, yeah, Terrence is the best in the world.
I definitely agree with that. Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. Who wins?
You know what? I see flaws in Lomachenko, you know? I was watching Lomachenko the other night. I see flaws, right? I was watching his fight with Luke Campbell. I was watching his fight. No. His fight against Jorge Linares.
Jose Pedraza.
I was watching the Pedraza fight. Tank done a far more superior job than what he did, right?
Yeah, but
so let's call it as it is,
though.
Right? So it all depends because I did not think that Teofimo Lopez would have knocked out Richie Comey like that. I know Richie Comey. He lives in London.
Me both.
Right.
Shocked.
Right. Out. Right. And also it's a lot of like not buying into things and the fear factor. But I'm seeing like there's a reason why they rushed him into fighting so many world titles so quickly. And it's because he's actually getting old. Because you had like nearly 400 fights as an amateur. Your body's beat down, man.
Take a toll on you.
Takes a toll. So it could be right time, right place for Teofimo Lopez. And not only that, but Lopez truly believes that he can knock him out.
Yes, he does.
Right? It's not no hype talk. It's not like Nicholas Waters, who punked out in that fight, and he did punk out in the fight because Nicholas Waters
like 16, was like 12 to 16 months. He had a long layoff that they didn't even give him.
Of course, let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the problem there. I'm seeing Nicholas Waters. You know what I mean? I know Nicholas Waters' his father.
Actually,
right, the Axeman. You know what I mean? He's Jamaican like myself, right? And I'm seeing Nicholas Waters. Like everything, it's down to Uncle Bob, what Uncle Bob says, and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, look at this little coon. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100, Mike.
Come on, man.
Right?
We call him a coon just based off that?
You know why? Because we're Jamaican, bro. We're not meant to be begging nothing from no one, bro.
I feel you.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We're not meant to be, man. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm saying like these weak-ass brothers. And then what made it even worse because I picked him to win that fight.
I watched you on toe to toe. You're the reason I picked him. I value your opinion. I'm like,
right. I'm saying, you know what?
Have a chance.
I was saying this fight could be like Lomachenko's excellent, but you know what? It could be very similar to the 1940s fight between Sandy Sadler and Willie Pep. It could be very similar to that. Like Sandy Sadler could be a bad man for everybody else. But Willie Pep could just have his number. And unfortunately, he didn't have his number. But it wasn't that. It was the fact that he quit.
Yeah, he quit.
Broke my heart, man.
He did quit. Mm-hmm.
And then off of that now, then I had all these crazy white guys saying, oh, is that racist, Spencer? You only picked Nicholas Waters because he's black. No, I didn't pick him because he's black. Well, that wasn't the only reason. But he's Jamaican.
Yeah.
As simple as that. So yeah, man,
I'm sorry.
It is what it is. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, back to hopefully Ronaldo can do something with Ruiz because Ruiz is very good. When he's good, he's very good.
How do you think
keep that weight down, man?
How do you think Ben Davison can improve Josh Taylor?
Do you know what? I know Ben very well. I've got a lot of time for Ben. You know what I mean?
Ben's a good guy.
For a young man, he's very astute to the game, right? But there's certain guys who are naturally talented, and Josh Taylor is one of those guys who is naturally talented. And I think Ben can add to the fact to just keep it to the game plan of him throwing 4-punch combinations and then rolling out from his southpaw position and being back on his jab and just keeping him sharp mentally. But Ben does study the game. He studies opponents as well. Me and him have very, very good conversation. I got to get him on your show, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I would.
No, it's mine. After I jump off air, I'll contact him. Say you got.
I appreciate it, man. Ben is
bro, come on, we got to stick together, man. You know how this thing goes, man.
I think one thing that Ben could bring that Josh Taylor could be lacking is the using his range. Because Josh Taylor, he's a pretty big 140 guy, and they reaches
he likes the inside fight a lot.
Yeah, and he showed me in the pro fight he could really fight on the inside because I thought Regis could fight better on the inside than he could. In the first couple of rounds, it looked that way, but something just switched in that fifth or sixth round, and Josh Taylor just put his foot on the gas and was really starting to like back Regis up. So I think with Dan Davison coming training, I think he can show him how to use his range, sort of like Fury did in that first Wilder fight.
Yeah.
Man, well, I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else that I want to ask you before I let you go? I think that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, man. I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, man.
No, man. Bless, man. When's this going up on YouTube? I'll
Are
make
we
sure
live
I
right
share it
now?
out to everyone. Huh?
We live right now.
We live on YouTube right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go push it out to my guys and boost up the numbers. All right.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for
All
coming.
right, brother. Take care. God bless.
God bless you too, brother. Thank you. There you guys have it, man. We have Spencer Fearon, man. Thank you for joining. Now I was gonna ask him, man, but I thought he, you know what I'm saying, he was looking like he was, you know what I'm saying, like he had something to do. He kept looking over his shoulder, so maybe his daughter or his wife would tell him, you know what I'm saying, wrap that shit up. So I ain't want to keep him too long. So but we can definitely get him back on. It can be like a weekly thing, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys have anything you want to ask me, you know what I'm saying, you guys can hop on now.